I have the gold standard when it comes to adjustable dumbbells, the PowerBlocks, and we're gonna put them head to head against the Amazon budget disruptor, Feierdun. One of these costs more than double the other. And today, we're gonna find out if your wallet is getting scammed. The No Fate channel, checking in. Jonathan here with the speed run of the Feierdun quick adjustable dumbbells, and we are going to compare the OG PowerBlocks against the new budget baddie on the Amazon market. Full disclosure before we even get started, like all of the other Feierdun quick adjustable dumbbell reviews on YouTube, I was sent these in exchange for this video. No. But I promise them 100% we're doing an honest video, and if they send me some piece of absolute Temu trash, everyone's gonna know it. And I told them I'm going hard in the paint, I'm gonna drop them, I'm gonna kick them, I'm gonna just frankly do some rough trade on them, and we are gonna get down to the brass tacks if these are budget or if these are an absolute bust. Here's how these adjustable dumbbells work. You've got the initial handle that weighs 5 pounds. You drop it into the cradle, and then you turn the knobs on each side so that the weights match. Boom. But we're going to do this in real time because so many of you are concerned about how quickly you can change from one weight to another. We're going to go from 5 pounds to 30 pounds. 5 pounds going up to 30. Here we go. What's even faster is going from 5 pounds all the way up to 52 pounds because you just turn it in the opposite direction. Yes, you can turn the knobs in any direction you want, and you get yourself a pretty quick changeover as far as the timing is concerned. I mean, honestly, are these gonna be the fastest? No, we're gonna discuss that a little bit later in today's video, but they're pretty quick. I will say the turning on these is fairly smooth. Every once in a while, I got one side was a little stuck and I had to just kind of give it a wiggle in order to make sure that gear worked. Now, one of the nice things about this cradle is that you can really just drop it in. You don't have to have any finesse. Stuff like the Pep-In Rep Fitness adjustable dumbbells, you really got to be careful how you put them back in order to make sure they don't get stuck. And these you just kind of can manhandle. Now, when it comes to the actual construction of these, you know you're not going to get an entirely metal design on a budget adjustable dumbbell. In fact, most of the stuff in here is plastic. I mean, that's just the name of the game. Even the weights themselves have a plastic coating. I don't know what's actually in them, but it's got a plastic coating. Now, are these durable? Can you drop them? I have dropped them from 17 inches, which is the height of a bench, and they have held up. I would argue that if you tend to be the person to drop these at weird angles when you're doing overhead press and whatnot, these aren't gonna be for you. But if you're just working out and happen to just drop them or just put them down a little bit loosey-goosey and not be gentle with white gloves, you're gonna be fine. They're gonna hold up. I'll put the warranty right up here of what the warranty is. And again, these are sold on Amazon, so you get like a 30-day warranty out the gate. Just no questions asked. If you get them in-house and you don't like them, you can return them and they are gonna give you a full refund. And when it comes to the handle, we would love a fully knurled handle like you would get on a regular adjustable dumbbell at your local gym, but you're not gonna get that at a budget price tag. You do get an ergonomic design, meaning there's more material in the middle to grab onto than on the sides, and that does tend to make it fit in your hand a bit better. They also put high friction rubber in the middle here, so it is a nicer grip than say like a plastic handle. You do tend to get a good grip. But how did these things handle when I was clanging and banging? Based on the plastic design and based on that low price tag currently on Amazon, links in the description, at $350 for a 52-pound pair, I thought they were gonna be trash. And they were pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. There was not as much rattle as I thought there would be during use. In fact, on most of my exercises, I almost didn't notice it. And I thought that changing the weights was fast, and the fact that this cradle, you could just throw the weight back in and it would kind of find its way home was convenient. Now, there are really only two issues when it comes to these Feierdun quick adjustable dumbbells. Number one has to be the weight. It goes up to 52.5 pounds. And for the majority of my viewers, you're super strong, or so you claim. That's just not gonna be enough weight, especially on some of your heavier exercises like one-arm rows or dumbbell bench press. Now, the majority of home gym owners, the silent majority, 52.5 pounds is gonna be more than enough weight, but it all depends on where you are strength level. And the other issue is the width. This is 5 pounds, so even when you have only 5 pounds on here, you get a massively long dumbbell, and then it goes up from there. If you want to help support the channel or just stick it to billionaires like Jeff Bezos, use the links in the description. They take a little bit of money out of those billionaire pockets and put it into mine. But remember, when you use those links, you better let me know so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. And here is a quick review of these PowerBlocks if you're not familiar. Changing the weight is ultra easy. You start off with the base handle, which is nice because it's not that long, okay? Then if you wanna go up in weight, you simply take this plastic piece, okay, which you would think isn't gonna hold much weight, but I've had this for 5 years and there's been no issue, and you just drop it down and line it up, and boom, you can go to town. As far as cost, currently on Amazon, links in the description, $550 for a 50-pound pair. That's right, it's gonna go from 5 pounds all the way up to 50 pounds. And you can go all the way up to 90 pounds if you wanna drop $900. The bonus thing about going with the 90-pound version is you will get a fully knurled handle. Most of the handles that come with the 50-pound version are only gonna be like foam, rubber, and they get the job done, but they don't feel amazing. PowerBlocks has recently put out that fully knurled handle for their higher end models, as well as the fact that if you want to spend an extra $100, you can buy it separately and in 5 minutes just swap out a bad handle for a fantastic handle. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts between the OG PowerBlocks and the new quick adjustable dumbbells from Feierdun. And truth be told, these are better than I thought they would be. They're at $350 now, and you can obviously, because it's Amazon, find some crazy sales from time to time where you might even be able to pick these up for less. The beauty is they get the job done. The handle's pretty good. The only downside, of course, is that they only go up to 52.5 pounds. There's gonna be no way to expand these, and they're gonna be fairly wide at the lower weights, especially if you're a person who normally only lifts maybe up to 40 pounds. It can be kind of annoying to have something so wide when you don't necessarily, you can have something a lot more compact. Now the handle itself, as I mentioned, feels pretty good in the hand. It's never gonna beat out a fully knurled handle, but compared to some of the other foam ones I've tried on the budget side of things, it is. Perfect. Is the Feierdun adjustable dumbbell ever gonna beat out the PowerBlocks? And the short answer is no, unfortunately. But again, you're not paying as much as the PowerBlocks, and in some cases you're paying less than half. So you've got to factor that into consideration. Now here is a pro tip. If you do want to get these PowerBlocks, but you don't want to pay that money, you got two options. Number one, you can go on Facebook Marketplace. There's tons of different versions out there that people are selling just because these have been around for so long. You can pick up an older version for very cheap, and guess what? It's gonna work as good as the day you bought it. And if you do want that fully knurled handle, which I highly recommend, there are a number of companies, I'll link them in the description, not only PowerBlocks, but other companies that sell these for about $100 that you can swap out. And that's the best way to go budget, but still get a phenomenal adjustable dumbbell. Of course, you could buy these absolutely brand new. I'll put links in the description, but do remember, that is gonna be a pretty hefty check you're gonna have to write. If you want more reviews on adjustable dumbbells or just other epically viral home gym content, you know what to do. Check out these videos. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.